Lord of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Beyond sight. Beyond sight.
And welcome to Sight Beyond Sight. As I really wasn't thinking about how to open this up, but it is what it is. We're just going through strings of emotions. It's been an interesting fucking few days for me. I hope y'all having a fucking good weekend or going into the good weekend, because
Mr. Positive today.
It is what it is. It's all positive momentum going forward through the rest of 2021.
He got his PlayStation 5.
Got my PS5. I'm lit right now. I'm vaxxed up. I got my shot number 1. I'm gonna throw it out there. So hey, I know a few people who will listen to this in the fam is gonna look and be like, oh, this nigga's gonna end up like in a wheelchair. You know who I'm talking to.
Great.
Yeah, like I'm vaxxed up. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna get the second one. We out here. So we're here. We're talking about the Invincible. Obviously, the picture doesn't really show Invincible-ish.
Yeah, it's as Battle Beast. But
Battle
we'll
Beast. I guess that's the dude that was like the fake Beta Ray guy, kind of the dude with the hammer.
Well, Beta Ray is more horse.
He's a horse, but you know what I was getting at. But yeah, it's me, your boy Andrew. Obviously, the co-host Nick. It is what it is. I broke the streak of graphic tees. I'm out here right now. I'm making fun of myself. So we're here. We're gonna start this shit. Nick, what's good?
All right. So, this is obviously one of those podcasts. We're going to talk spoilers. If you haven't seen it, then I don't know what you're doing. But basically, yeah, if you want to, all these episodes, because we're going to do another one with Falcon Soldier, they're fairly short and they're fairly to the point, My perspective reading the comic book is that it is getting very different from the comic books now. And then there's certain things that they're keeping in. So I already know like they're going to be changing a lot, but so far I like what they're doing. So this episode, it starts out with this guy Titan, is the black guy that turns into a rock, and he goes into a warehouse, and you get a little cool action scene with him, and he beats people up. It looks like they're Mexicans, but they didn't have because how they were dressed and drawn. But they didn't have an accent.
Yeah, they were Mexican or Italians. They went so generic on trying to make it just like they're warehouse gangsters.
Yeah, they're warehouse gangsters. But yeah, so they showed kind of how his power works. And then you see that he's working for a guy that he calls Auto-Tune.
Yes, it's Mr. Auto-Tune. You work for me.
Then it goes to like after that scene, you see like the Invincible's dad's teaching him stuff because they have like a guy in the sky and a villain, I guess, or whatever.
And they're doing interrogation.
Interrogation. So his dad's basically no, you gotta. He doesn't think that you're gonna drop them because they're in the sky, and then he gives the villain to his dad, and his dad's like, "No, this is how you do it," and just drops him, and he was just like, okay, and you just hear the guy screaming.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit made me crack up.
Yeah, he was just like, no, wait, and you just hear him like, and then he was just like, but it was just like a little fun thing, and it gives a little insight to what his dad's all about, which hopefully they still do right by the comic books. You get a little bit more of Invincible's love life and how he's trying to be a superhero and she's being the typical, like, why aren't you near me?
Yeah, the girl.
When I want you near me.
Why aren't you here? I need you here. You got to come eat dinner with. Hold on, because I got to watch all say shit.
But no, it's just one of those things. It's like they give like a typical, guy girl high school relationship, even probably adult
life relationship.
And so they give a little bit of that. It's not really. It's important to the story overall, I think, but it's really not anything in the show. The cool parts of the show is the fight scenes, because then we go to you see Titan a couple of times. You go back to his family, and his wife is really trying to say, like, you're not the boss, motherfucker. Then what you doing here? Like, took me out of like
Yeah.
wow, I thought you were gonna be the loving wife because he came home with money or something like that for his daughter,
Mhm.
and it was like, you ain't the boss yet, are you? Like, nope, not yet.
Shut it, hold
Don't
down.
don't.
It really did have some relationship undertone in this episode. Thinking about it,
They really did.
yeah.
So Titan wants to go back to Mr. Autotone, bro, call him, and basically saying like, I'm done with you. And then Mr. Autotone's like, no, you're not, because you owe me still, and you're too good to not work with me, kind of stuff. So then basically Titan, who's the rock guy, calls over Invincible, and by writing his name incorrectly on a wall, which is that like a shot that he's an uneducated black man.
I mean, it could come off like that. I think he spelled it wrong, but slash, like, it's one of those funny things when people do it, like rewrite it and the person flying in the air, so you have to write it backwards. Apparently, when you're vertically in the air, you have to read shit in reverse. I don't know, but that's like a theory throughout a lot of shit.
You're not seeing it mirror, you're looking at it.
Nah, because that's what they say when a plane's flying, you don't write help right to left, you write it left to right.
That wouldn't look right, because if you're looking down, you're not you're not
I swear
looking
to
at it
God.
as a mirror.
I swear to God, I've seen that shit in movies. That's literally what they say.
I don't think so.
I'm
I don't
pretty
think so.
sure.
I think he's very wrong on that. But anywho, so basically, Titan's like, hey, help me out with this bad guy, and I won't be a bad guy anymore, kind of thing. And so they go to Mr. Autotune, and they were gonna mess him up. And basically, Mr. Autotune said, "Oh, really? I got a squad." And then he teleports all these. Well, his side guy that has the power to teleports all these characters in
Yeah, I
there,
forgot
and
his
they're
fucking
all
name.
in the comic books, which is cool. And they all look similar. Then Titan and Invincible are versus these like 4 other bad guys, and they're getting their ass kicked.
No, it was a badass fight. Like the
It was
fight
a good
scene was
fight.
cool.
Yeah.
Like everything was cool in that fight.
Yeah, and it was a kind of like
Yeah.
decently long fight. You
Good.
notice that Omni-Man, who is Invincible, sorry, his father, he's just watching him, I guess, because again, knowing what the comic books are,
Listen,
I know why he's doing
I don't
it.
trust that nigga and his mustache. I just want to let
So
that be known.
he's not helping Invincible, he's just watching him. Just in the sky, whatever. Then after they get their asses whipped, then the Teen Titans come in. I know they're not called the Teen Titans, but the Teen Titans come in.
Because that's
and
they're basically like what the fuck are
they called them the Teen Team, and now
the
they're
team, yeah.
they called them the other one, like the Justice League kind of team.
Yeah, I'd rather call them the team, TT.
And they put up a fight until they get their asses whipped. Now there was a couple of unexpected things that I saw in there, but again, it's cool. It's cool.
See,
like,
but the thing is, they got their ass whipped.
Yeah.
But it didn't really start happening to this guy.
Battle Beast
started just smacking everybody. Like, we'll just go right into it. Like, the nigga basically killed 3 people by himself.
Yeah. But that goes to his character. But I was telling him when you're watching it and obviously reading the comic book, besides Alan the Alien and him, they're like fan favorites. They're reoccurring characters in the comic book, and they become so cool and they grow as a character and you like them more. So right now, yes, he's just a bad guy. He likes to fight. He's just like a super strong, super powerful kind of, like, he just wants to fight. He wants that like, give me the
generic
fight.
I'm a guy who I know I go up ass, and
so give me something worthy of a
good.
fight.
Yeah.
So he beats everybody. I think he opens up Invincible's stomach with his axe.
Because there
hammer.
wasn't even an axe, it was a hammer. Yeah,
he just beat the shit out of him. It was a good fight. It was a lot of blood splatters here and there.
I mean, this shit, it's getting up to that level where it's probably showing more blood than most animes.
Yeah. So no, but it was a good fight, and overall, like, that's sort of kind of where it ends. You get again a little bit of the love story. You get a little bit that we didn't talk about, the mom's doing her own investigation on her husband,
That's because of
Omni-Man.
the demon.
Yeah, the
And,
demon left some stuff behind. But again, I don't think that's gonna really matter until probably a couple more episodes.
more episodes, depending on how long he's drawing this whole thing out.
I feel like he's drawing it out a lot because in the comic books, it already is to the point. Like they're missing a lot of stuff, and then it came to the point like you know what's up with Omni-Man at this point. So I don't know if they're gonna do that at the end of the season, where it's just like, okay, this is what's happening, and then that's the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So no, but it was good. I'm enjoying the show. I even versed the comic book. I like the comic book better, but everyone likes the book better than the show.
A book is always going to be better because it goes more detail.
Yeah,
But
it's a good show. I don't know how you enjoying how being someone who doesn't know anything about.
I mean, I'm still here. Like, it's not bad. I think the last episode was but this episode, I like the twist at the end. I like the fight scene at the end. I like how it gave more character detail. It started giving more story to everybody, except for TT, the Teen Tight. I was gonna call them titties. Like that group, because we like besides what his name, Mr. Robot, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Like we already know he's suspect. Like if you've been watching, you see that he's doing shifty shit. But all the other characters are kind of still themselves, so they don't really have stories to them.
Yeah.
But what's his name? Invincible is doing the normal superhero story, and he's the normal. I'm a kid, so he's going with his love life and doing all of that. But then like having the Concrete Man come in, Titan, whatever. I thought that was cool because like watching the episode, like I was like, oh, like I actually believed it. Like I was like, oh, I'm a sucker. And then he turned around and won, and I was just like, at first I was thinking to myself, I was like, did he play him throughout? And then I was like, nah, like he was a bitch, and he just flipped it and used him to become power.
Yeah.
Over the shit, so he wasn't. Yeah, so I kind of was like a little off for a second, but then I was like, oh no. But like besides that, I like it. I think the only thing that it is that it's very American cartoonish.
Yeah.
Which is that everything is like that.
Yeah.
Where in a Japanese cartoon, that one villain gets that build like an American show for live action.
Yeah.
So it's like I wish somebody would do that for an American cartoon animate action type show.
See, I think that's where I kind of like fall off with the shows because it's the book. It's kind of like things happen, but the villains are reoccurring in the sense that, all right, say if someone saves the day this time, that character might come back stronger. Like the villain might come back stronger. They almost did it in episode, I think, 2 or 3 with the guy with the vibrations or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a couple, like that was a thing that happened in comic book. Like they beat him quickly in the beginning, and then he came back even stronger, where it really fucked shit up for Invincible. And then shit changed. And I think what I like about the comic book is that when things change, it's not like Marvel or DC where they kind of be like, that never happened. It's like, no, this happened and we got to live with it now. And then it's kind of like it progresses that way. And I think that's why the book has so much praise, is because it's like, this is happening, and it's no, oh, this never happened, let's go back and pretend like, blah blah blah. It's like, no, boom boom boom, we're dealing with the consequences. This is the aftermath. So again, it's really, I'm not going to say only 5, that's a lot of episodes. I want to see how many episodes they're going to do in a season, and I'll give it a season, and if I don't like it by the end of it, maybe I'll fall off. I don't know.
It gives shit. I wish I could think of the right word. It gives you that opening to be willing to be able to fall off.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's no, like they're trying to do the like the show ends basically, and then it has that the hip hop shit will come in,
Yeah.
and it go credit, and then it goes end credit scene.
Yeah. Quickly.
Yeah, and it comes like that. So it's like they try to keep you there,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where
It's not important enough. You didn't build up
Exactly.
any of the characters enough for anyone to be
you have to
interested.
build. Yeah, they're not building it, and that's the whole issue. Like
Yeah.
I get what they call like the Omni people, Omni men, like because
Omni-Man, he's
yeah.
he's a certain kind of
So
alien.
like that, like they did in this episode, and he's like, "Oh, the Omni blood doesn't do da da da," and it's like, "Cool," but we didn't talk about this for a whole 34 minutes, 35 minutes,
Yeah.
whatever the hell you want to consider the episode, besides the entrance and the ending.
Yeah.
So it's like cool. Then when y'all did talk about it, y'all didn't talk about it later. Like you got to figure out how to piece shit to make the whole story make sense. Like
Yes, I
this is
agree.
yeah, this is why I say like the Japanese anime shit makes more sense because like we know, especially for the true fans that watch anime, like you're gonna end up with fillers,
Mhm.
and we end up watching bullshit. Sometimes the bullshit is good, sometimes it's bad. It
Yeah.
depends on the show. But at the end of the day, once we get past those fillers, we get what we love to call arcs.
Yeah.
And those arcs are consistent.
Yeah, and they're long, they're character
Yes.
building, and I think I totally agree with
Mhm.
you because in one season of an anime you could have 100 and some episodes. And not saying that's bad or good because I know Americans are just like 8 episodes, that's it. But
yeah, because we're lazy.
yeah, we are,
Honestly.
and we're attention deficit.
No, we are
disorder
because we want to be into this, and then now in the binge era is like I'm into this. Now I want to be into this.
Yeah.
So to be in the binge world, if you want to make a 20-something episode show
Mhm.
and be like, you have a person that say, I'm not gonna watch it because I'm gonna wait for it to all come out first. It's like, yo, you gotta binge 20-something episodes. They're gonna be like, huh?
Yeah.
But if you tell them, oh, all you gotta do is run through 8, I could do that in a day.
Yeah.
Like,
But then it's over. Yeah.
but that's the issue. But that issue started years ago.
Oh yeah, of
That
course.
started with
That was after the writer's strike.
yeah.
Because we used to have seasons that were 24 episodes. And that was like you get your Christmas break, you get, it was a show that lasted all year long.
Yes.
It was just that you had breaks during the holidays. They do a holiday special in most of the shows, but you had at least 24 episodes. The writer's strike happened and they cut that shit to 13. And then now is 8.
But the 8, especially like because when it really, really got into it, because this is how, at least for me, that's how I feel. I could be wrong. But I remember around the time of Daredevil
Mhm.
on Netflix, that's when I felt like the binge-worthy era began. Because it was just like,
What
yo,
came-
did you watch that? Did you watch the next episode? Did you watch the next episode? Da-da-da. Like, people were still... I was just coming on to Game of Thrones around that time. And
Yeah,
Game of
but
Thrones
that wasn't
was
binge
weekly.
where like I know what you're saying, but
Yeah.
it's not on that level. Because I agree with you, but I don't know what came out first, Daredevil or Stranger Things.
No, Daredevil came out before Stranger Things.
So then, yeah, I would say then,
Yeah.
at least around that time when Netflix started getting big, and I think like that was one of the biggest things they had at the time.
Netflix started the binge
Yeah,
type shit. Yeah.
and 8 episodes, but they did it, but that's one character that they're developing. But anyway, so far I like the show. It's not super impressive. It's not something that like we're in episode 5. If you think about it, we're an episode ahead of Falcon and Soldier, and really it showed nothing. But reading the comic book, it's just kind of like they took out a lot and then they made certain things go quick. And it's like it's hard because I'm not a writer or an animator or anything, so I can't say like, oh, they read the comic book and said this would work on TV and this wouldn't. So I don't really know why they're doing it the way they are. But I'm gonna give it to the end of the season, and like I said, if I'm not enjoying it, if they're gonna really wait till the freaking Omni-Man thing happens all the way to the end of the season, I don't even know how many episodes, probably like 13.
I never looked it up, but
It's either going to be 8 to 13.
I don't see it being 8 because they dropped 3 right away, so it'll probably be 13.
13. Well,
Yeah.
like I said, if they're going to wait for that twist that everyone knows is going to happen, you could already tell he's a little shisty. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like don't wait 13 episodes to pull this weird twist.
They're not. They're gonna wait 23 episodes.
They're gonna give it 23 episodes, half a season 2.
We're gonna go ahead and see them be like, and it's gonna be like, oh, y'all Walking Dead us.
Yeah. I think if I could give advice, and I know we're not that popular right now, but if I could talk to them, I'd be like, yo, slow it the fuck down a little bit in the sense that build your characters. Like, you don't know anything about the friend that in the comic books came out gay later, but now he's a super flamboyant guy. And then the whole thing with the Eve and Rex and his girlfriend, there's a simultaneous kind of thing where in the comic books, because it sort of kind of happened in a show, the thing is, and this is where I say like the whole gay thing with his friend didn't come out gay until later. So Eve and then is one of the hottest girls in the school, and then also the Invincible's girlfriend. Like, he ends up getting that girl that's supposed to be the other hottest girl. So Invincible goes after her because Eve has Rex, and then she finds Rex cheating on her with the multiple girl, and then she goes back and she kind of like cries to Invincible, like, oh, he did this to me, and he kind of crumples her, but it's like, I have a girlfriend now. So Eve hits on his best friend who's not gay yet, and they go out, so they do double dates. And then it's not till later you find out she kind of like Eve. I'm going to give a little spoiler. You find out, if it's not obvious, Eve really does like Invincible.
Of course.
But and then something happens, but it's simultaneously. Right now, it's just kind of like the guy is gay, so they're not going to do any double dates and character building. No. You're not going to really see it. What I'm going to guess is going to happen. His girlfriend and him are going to either break up, and then Eve's going to be right there and they hook up, or he's going to hook up with Eve and cheat on the girl. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So it's going to be like...
You said that. I was fucking... We're going to end it with this. Fucking Adam Eve's going to end up killing the girl. That's what's going to end up happening.
That would be a good twist.
We're going to go crazy twist right now. That's what's going to end up happening. They're going to have he's going to end up cheating. She's going to get mad and she's going to slap her because they're in high school. So, you know, they kiss still. And then she's going to do shit with her atoms.
Yeah.
Blah,
her whole ovary now, sucker.
Her whole ovaries are going to get ripped out. And she's going to be insane.
Wow. Eve turns into a villain. That'd be some crazy ass shit.
I mean, fucking Robert Kirkman, you don't know, when he does TV shows, this nigga just makes characters become something else.
Yeah, that's a fact. But we'll end it on that note. Watch it. Enjoy it if you do. Read the comic book, definitely. Support Robert Kirkman because he's a good writer, regardless, because he's not writing the episode so much. He writes probably here and there. They're taking from his story. His story is fucking fantastic.
Robert Kirkman definitely needs more respect than we could. We got to get Robert Kirkman away from the weaker streaming channels, server people. Yeah. We need to put him where they let him get away with shit. We need to let him go like to an HBO. Even though HBO was trash with Game of Thrones, they do other shows good.
Game of Thrones is good until 2 seasons.
But there's other streaming services that will let you freestyle, you know?
See, I would agree with you if that was Walking Dead.
No, but it is Walking Dead. Walking Dead has highs and lows, and then it went low.
No. I agree. I'm saying Walking Dead should have been on either HBO or Max
HBO
or
was
Stars
on
or
HBO or Showtime.
You get the real fucking
or Stars, because that's when the show came out, around that time, before streaming has been what it is now. The show could have been a lot more better, because you would have got a lot more blood. You would have got more real. You could have had the sex. You could have had the real altercation with Michonne and the governor. You would have had actual, like, there's so much
we're gonna do this
to it,
and he's gonna be here for it, because I know I did 2 comic book reviews by myself. when he reads Invincible, then we'll do that together. But we both read Walking Dead, so we're gonna do that review.
Yes, I'm gonna read Invincible soon. Like that's on my high list of comics that I gotta read because I do want to read it. But now that I started watching the show,
Yeah,
that like
watch the show first.
I want to.
figure
Yeah,
out,
I want to. I'd rather run through at least a season or two of the show,
Yeah,
and then I'll just buy the fucking comics when everybody's down on it on season 2. Like, oh, the show sucks. Someone saw this comic for nothing.
yeah.
I'm like, ha ha,
Got him.
Yeah. Like, it's an amazing comic still, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so we'll cut this one off. We're gonna do another one, Falcon and Soldier. This weekend we got a lot of shit.
The guns is
WrestleMania.
busting and fucking socking and soldier. I can't wait to talk about that shit.
So you know the normal: like, subscribe, follow, share. We're on all the social media
Be
platforms.
our friends.
And I'm not gonna fucking sit there and list them all again.
Listen,
for the
you can
400th
comment.
time.
We had a dude comment on our coming to America. He ran like a chicken head.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, like I didn't block you. I didn't do anything. I was having a discussion with you, and then he's talking about some commenter.
Yeah, because I don't know the dude's name.
And it wasn't even angry argument. It was just you disagreed with our point.
Yeah,
and
he
I
never
was just
say
breaking down
anything
my
aggressive
point.
enough.
Yeah, none of us were aggressive.
He would have came aggressive. I would have jumped in on it. I seen it. I just told him. I was like, you can handle that one. I want the other aggression. I'm looking for wrestling aggression.
So it's kind of like, I don't know why that person deleted his own comments.
When you take an L, some people take
an
an L and walk away. Like,
yeah, but at least, if I could see what you sort of kind of wrote, but I can't see everything, and you were still on your, and it's just like, just leave it there. Okay, you could say you still disagree. Nobody is on you.
Between that and then the fact that he really commented back, like, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll comment back.
We get that email. Yup.
Yep. We got you. So see you in the next episode, and I hope you like this shit.
Yes.